From the dot, returning to self, there is a point inside you, small, steady, and untouched, that sits beneath every role you have ever played. It is not defined by your achievements or shaped by your wounds. It does not shift with mood or opinion. It simply exists. In the ghost movement, we often call this the dot. It is the place you return to when everything else has been peeled back. Not a mystical idea, and not a goal to reach, but a grounding centre that was present before the world named you. When you begin from the dot, memory changes. It is no longer just a catalogue of events or a timeline of things that happened. It becomes a living storybook, not only of what occurred, but of who you were at each point. And not the version of you remembered in fragments or judged in hindsight, but the felt version, the part that experienced it fully, whether in confusion, joy, fear, or longing. This is where presence begins to deepen. From this steady place, you do not just look back at your memories, you sit with them. And more importantly, you sit with the version of yourself who lived through them. That shift from analysing the past to meeting your past self is what transforms remembering into relationship. Too often, we treat our former selves as strangers, mistakes, or embarrassments to outgrow. We talk about letting go or moving on, without recognising that many of the parts we are trying to leave behind are still carrying something important. But when you reconnect with those selves from the dot, with patience and clarity, you start to understand them differently. You may begin to notice the personas that formed along the way. The protector, the achiever, the avoider, the pleaser. These are not false versions of you. They are real expressions, born in response to real circumstances. When seen from the dot, they are no longer masks to reject. They become threads in the larger tapestry of who you are. This kind of mindfulness is not about detachment. It is about relationship, noticing, witnessing, respecting the roles you have played, even the ones that no longer serve you. The dot allows you to hold those identities with both clarity and compassion. You do not collapse into them, and you do not need to erase them either. In this way, memory becomes more than recollection. It becomes a way of honouring, a chance to form a bond with the version of you who needed to become that person at that time. Whether the memory is filled with light or shadow, what matters is the connection, not just to the story but to the self within it. When presence includes memory in this way, healing does not have to be dramatic. It becomes quieter, slower, a return, a reunion, and that reunion allows you to live more gently in the present, less burdened by rejection of the past or performance in the now. To begin is simple, though never easy. Find your dot. Sit with the version of you who was there. See what opens.